Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 2 of season 4 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Pretty much picking up right where I left off, except for the fact that I've gone and done a bit of mining, and I created a second chest here, where I'm going to store some of my less fancy items. All the kind of boring stuff will hang out in there, and all the fancy stuff like ores and gemstones and whatnot will hang out in this chest, just for the time being. It is daytime out. Maybe now would be a good time to actually go outside and find a spot to live. Maybe not. Terrible idea. I should also find myself some sheep somewhere, somehow, and get myself a bed at least. That would be nice. Maybe I'll look around in this jungle biome for a little bit. This episode, I'd like to get to building some things. Last episode, I felt was a little too much mining, but I didn't really have much else to do yet, did I? So I had to mine, didn't I? Yes, I did. So why don't I explore this world for a few minutes at least here, see if I can't find anything interesting. Ooh, chicken. And I'll be back. And guys, I decided that if I am going to go out into the world looking for wool off of sheeps, I should probably grab myself some iron ingots and craft myself some shears, so I can at least get a decent amount of wool. Not a bad idea, especially since it looks like I happen to find a world where wool is a rare commodity, because I've looked around for a few minutes now. It's already starting to get dark out, and I've found none, so that is a problem. But hopefully I'll find some soon. I'll be back. Oh, wait for it. I might have found something over here. Nice little cat just darting away from me, but sheep. Woot! Just as it was starting to get dark out, too. I am merely going to steal your wool, Mr. Sheep. Don't mind me. Thankfully, sheep wool regenerates. And oh, look, I found a nice little volcano here. That's cool. I like the looks of that. I might need to explore this volcano at some point. Nice. Volcanoes are spawned, for those of you who don't know. And oh, look at this. Some serious lava going on, too. A little bit of a lighting bug, but it just sorted itself out. Nice. Volcanoes, of course, spawned by red power. And looks like that sheep already regrew his wool, which is perfect because I am going to need a good amount of wool for something I want to do here in the future. Ooh, more sheep. And more sheep. Never been so happy to find sheep before. Hooray. Let's go make ourselves a bed. So next time I die from hunger, I'll have somewhere to wake up. That's not my original spawn point. Good thing to note that there's sheep right around the corner from my spawn. That's pretty darn useful, I think. Alright, let's go make ourselves a bed. Better close up that door there. How am I for wood? Gonna need more wood soon, but I think I've got enough here to make myself a bed at least. Then I can sleep through the night and hopefully come back after sleeping through the night with a nice new day dawning. And then I can start building stuff. So bed, you go here for now. Alright, slept through the night. Hopefully have a nice day here. I hear a spider. Where's he at? There he is. Come on down, buddy. I won't bother you. I want some string. Spoiler alert, I'm about to kill this spider. I know, you're running. I'd run too. Oh, fail. No string for me. Oh well. Sheep, get back here. Where are we at? Come on. Alright, that guy didn't regrow his wool yet, but I do need more wool. Thank you. Some pigs here too. I might consider trying to breed them if I can quickly enough. Maybe I should get myself... ooh, nice. Bones. I should get myself a sickle at some point pretty soon and start creating a little bit of a wheat farm. Nice little volcano here. Do I want to live at the base of a volcano? Perhaps I do. Might not be a terribly bad idea. Alright, and yes, I know I'm running everywhere. I don't know. I don't like the default run speed. Can't wait until I can get some quantum armor and then really cruise around the landscape. Alright, let me sort out my inventory and figure out exactly what I want to build. Do I want to build a house now, or do I want to get some industrial craft stuff going? Good question. I'm thinking house first. Industrial craft second. Let's get ourselves a bunch of cobble here. Sounds like a good amount. And go look for a house. Now, those of you new to my series may not be familiar with my famous 9x9 design, but veterans of the Direwolf 20 series, yeah, you guys have seen 9x9s before, haven't you? I like the look of the 9x9. I feel it's a pretty cool, little setup that you can get going with 9x9 houses. And it's pretty efficient, which is something I like. I'm one of those efficiency over appearances kind of guy. So let's get building. Maybe here's a nice spot to call home, at least for now. This is basalt cobblestone that I'm getting from the basalt bricks. And I'm just going to flatten out a little area here to start calling home. Do I want to live on this basalt, or do I want to find somewhere else a little bit friendlier looking? I don't know. Let me look around for a few minutes and decide if I want to live here. See if I can find a little nicer area to live. But I might want to live at the base of this volcano. That'd be cool. Hey, a zombie was here. Got myself a zombie brain. Sweet. One of the items added by Thaumcraft. Zombies have a semi-low chance to drop them, so it was nice to find it just laying on the ground there. Alright, I'll be back in a minute after I explore around this volcano a few minutes. Alright, coming back here, harvesting this wool, and decided I do in fact want to live at the base of a volcano. Not a bad spot to live, I don't think, and could have a lot of fun down here. Decided there wasn't any great terrain nearby, and what the heck, volcanoes are cool. Alright, cleared out a little terrain here. I'm going to use this basalt smooth stone here, at least for now, as a nice little floor for my house. I'm going to build out my first 9x9. The Direwolf 20 9x9 house is built, basically, 9x9. So let's see, how do we do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Perfect. And there's some controversy about how tall I make my 9x9s. I don't actually have a specific height level for my 9x9 houses. Usually around 4 or 5 though. Don't need it to be too tall. I like to be able to reach the ceiling from inside so I can place my glass for my skylights. And while building a 9x9 is a little bit exciting, it's not quite enough for what I would want to have on video content. So why don't I make this all cleaned up and I'll be back when it's done. Hey, look at that. Nice little 9x9 house here to live in. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 7 inside. And the reason I like to go with odd-numbered wall sizes is so I can throw a little doorway frame right in the middle, and it looks pretty nice. A little aesthetically pleasing there to have a nice little door frame in the middle. Should go get myself a wooden door. I should also chop down some trees. Now, I know what you're thinking as soon as I said wooden door. Direwolf, Direwolf, zombies knock down doors. I know, don't worry. I'll upgrade it to an iron door at some point. Probably could even start off with that because I do have a lot of iron, don't I? There we go. Clean up some of the wood around here. I don't want to chop down the rubber trees just yet. I'll start using a lot of that rubber from some of my earlier industrial craft adventures. But I don't mind clearing away a lot of these regular old trees just to clean up the landscape around where my house is going to be. So I'll harvest some wood because I need a lot of that stuff in about a few minutes here. And I'll be back. Ooh, and just as I'm finishing harvesting up some of the wood around here, it looks like it's getting dark out. Perfect time to move my bed so that my spawn point will now be in my house. And while I'm moving that, I might as well move my furnace and my crafting table as well. And I can hear a wisp in the background somewhere, jingling around. And it's raining. Nice. I guess it's going to happen a lot in the swamp biome, isn't it? Probably. Well, let's get our bed placed inside. I can hopefully sleep through the night. You can see I chopped down a bunch of trees here. They're already falling down. Hopefully the brightness level's good. I do have my brightness all the way up. And I didn't get my skylights in, so that's nice. But I will sleep through the night and hopefully get rid of some of this rain. Let's see how lucky I am about that. While sleeping, I can adjust my inventory enough for a crafting table and a furnace. Oh, much better. I was looking around for my door and didn't realize I didn't craft one yet. Alright, let's collect some of this junk that fell off the trees overnight. Got a good number of apples from that too, by the way. Nice. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, there was a nice looking ravine off in this direction. Was that true? I believe there was at least something. There was this little lava pit, but I thought I found something else neat over here. I might have to come back and look in a little bit. A creeper, that's nice. Oh well. Alright, I'm going to build my house up a little bit and I'll be right back. Step one for me will be item storage. I'm going to want a lot of this stuff, so let's get ourselves about 4 sets of chests. And I've already got 4 sets of chests back in that little cave. So that should be good for now. And it's inventory tweaks, by the way. That's allowing me to shift-click my items around. These are 2 good spots for some items to store. I'm going to start depositing some of the items and transferring everything out of my little cave that I started in into this area here. So I'll be back once I've transferred all my items from my cave right into this area. There's that wisp that was zipping along before. You'll notice wisps are different colors, by the way, and that represents the element that they have. Hey, a sheep's entering my house. Nice. One thing I did want to do, dropping off most of this junk that I have in here. I cleaned out my junk chest first before moving on to my good and useful items chest. I want to cook up a little bit of this basalt cobblestone so I have some smooth versions of it. Let's get about 16 of them. That should be good. And 2 pieces of coal will take care of that for me. Just so I can smooth out the landscape around here a little bit. There are some holes I'd like to fill in just so, you know, the basalt looks nice. And heading back to my cave now. I did build a little bit of a land bridge to get between my cave, which I didn't even fully explore down here yet. I did explore a lot, but not fully. And I want to use this as my primary mining cave, but not yet because I have some, you know, building to do. So I'll be back in a minute once I'm completely done moving items. And as I was moving items over here, I decided I should have some kind of door. So I went ahead and crafted myself an iron door with 6 pieces of the iron that I had. Iron door is a little expensive for an early on item. You can also see I was looking up the wool card. It's a little bit of an expensive item, so I can't craft it just yet. But let's get our basalt cobblestone back in there. What I want to do is craft a button for the door, and I'll use a wooden pressure plate for now. Maybe switch it up to some other kind of pressure plate in the near future. So let's give this a try. If I place this guy here, my door there, and a button to get in, that'll work. Sweet. That's probably even a little bit better than some of my previous ones, because it'll always shut behind me. That's cool. Maybe I'll set up a neat little circuit in the future for getting in and out of my house, but for now, that'll suffice. See, there's one of those little cat things running around down here. He does not like me, does he? Oh, so much better. Like I said, I'll make a better door in the future. Alright, how are we doing for resources? I'll leave my doggy command emblem and doggy charm in there. Deposit off some more of this junk that I don't think I'll need in the immediate future, and I'm doing alright. Cool. Alright, I'll be back in a minute once I've sorted out everything I want to do. Alright, one of the first things I decided I wanted to do was build another 9x9 house. And I want to have a little bit of a storage and energy room here. So I'm going to clear out the terrain right around this area, nice and flatten it out. And then I'll have a nice area to build another 9x9, which I'll do off camera, because you've already seen me build 9x9 houses. That's nothing new. But maybe what I'll do while I'm doing that is collect some sand here. I want to collect a bunch of this stuff, and yeah, probably use it to make some glass. There we go. Nice sufficient amount of sand to get me started. I'll throw that in my not so useful items chest, but do want to cook up a good amount of it. So let's say, yeah, it should be enough. Looks like it's also getting dark out, so I gotta sleep through the night here. Not a big deal. Alright, getting the foundation of my 9x9 extension built here. Perfect. I'll finish this up off camera. Well, guys, I finished up on my little 9x9 house, and there's a sheep hanging out in my house. Hello, Mr. Sheep. What makes you think you deserve to be in my house? I don't know, but for some reason he thinks he belongs here. So I'll let him spend a little bit of time, but maybe I can lure him outside in a little bit. I'd rather not kill him. You know, I'm a friendly guy. Oh, look, there he is. He wants to go out. Go on, leave. Poke. Go on. I'm encouraging you to leave now. Alright, much better. Sheep's gone. Finished up the little 9x9 that I was building here, and now that I've got glass, I can start filling in the glass on the ceilings. Woot! I like to have skylights. I actually started doing skylights in my videos because videos can get dark, and YouTube and videos and darkness are not a good combination. So, gonna need a little bit more glass for my main area, but not a big deal. Cook up some more now. I do have more sand than that. So yeah, that's where the origin of the skylights came from, was wanting to have a nice, viewable YouTube experience. That's why I try and film mostly in the daytime too. Even though I have my brightness setting all the way up, it can get a little dark at times. So, you know, cool. Hey, let's build some industrial craft machines. What do you say? Alright, I like it. One of the first things I'm going to need to do to get industrial craft going is get myself some tree taps. Tree taps are the way that you harvest rubber in industrial craft. And I'm going to walk right outside, and because I'm in a swamp biome, there's a good amount of these nifty little industrial craft rubber trees. Now, the way these things work is, first off, I like to clear off all the leaves, because those saplings are nice to get. They're pretty rare, but nice to have nonetheless. And also, you want to find those little orange knots in the tree. That's a good indication. There we go. Just one of them, it looks like, but oh well. Right-click on that guy with your tree tap, and you've got a sticky situation. Sticky resin. Sweet. Sticky resin is used to create rubber in industrial craft. It's very useful material. You're going to need a lot of it. A lot of it. So that's why I'm kind of doing my best to harvest up and try and get some more saplings so I can grow some more industrial craft rubber trees. Also, it's a good idea to clear out around here and try and find yourself some more of those knots in the tree. Oh look, there's one. Ooh, got 3 out of that. Nice. Got a sapling there too. Awesome. And I'll clean these up a little bit off camera. I don't want to be whacking at tree leaves for that long on camera. But I'm going to run over here where I happen to know a bunch of rubber trees are hanging out and try and find some more little bits of rubber. Hey, there we go. One. Couple more of you. Perfect. And I'm going to get on the fast track to industrial craft, going with a extractor and a macerator as quickly as I can. Hey, there's another bunch of rubber trees. See, that is the benefit of spawning or finding yourself a swamp biome. Lots and lots of rubber trees. Kind of the best biome to be in for industrial craft starting. So, no complaints there. Alright, I'll be back once I get to my house and collect all the rubber that I can in the general area here. And one more note about the rubber trees before I head inside here. Don't click multiple times on that little orange dot that you find. It will yield more rubber, but that little orange dot will respawn after a little bit of time, and you can tap it again once. But if you tap it multiple times, it decreases the likelihood that it's going to respawn. And if it doesn't respawn, that would not be cool. So in order to keep getting rubber out of your rubber trees, do not over-tap them. Trust me, it's not a good move. Alright, now that I've lit up my house a little bit, I'm going to need to cook up a bit of rubber. So let's throw some coal in here, and we'll put, I don't know. 16 sounds good for now. I'm going to let that cook, and I'll be right back. While that stuff's cooking, which is not the most efficient way to produce rubber from your sticky resin, there's a better way to do it, but unfortunately we don't have access to the better way yet. I'm going to head underground. After all, it's nighttime. Good time to go mining. There's a bit of resources that I need that I don't quite yet have. Apple is not the one I'm thinking of, but might as well grab it while it's there. I did chop down a few trees here. Trying to clean up the landscape a little bit in my area off camera. Let's run downstairs. There's something I want to collect. Like I said, a pretty nice mine down here. I got a good amount of the area in that direction, but not all of it. But there's something in particular I'm coming down here for that I know exists. And last time I was here, I didn't have the inventory for it. And yes, I know I'm running past a lot of resources. I'm coming down here for a reason, not just to randomly collect whatever I find. Dun 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 dun. There it is. I hear zombies coming after me, but that's okay. I want to get this stuff down here. There's a good reason never to mine straight down. Sweet, got myself some redstone, exactly what I came to get. And while I'm here, why don't I get these Vs crystals? That might be nice. Poke around a little bit for some more redstone if I can find it. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to need a bit of this stuff. Not a terribly large amount, but hopefully got enough here. Ooh, nice. Hey, there's some nickelite as well. Might as well collect it while I'm here. Nickelite is a component of red power. It functions just like redstone when you harvest it, but its purpose in red power is to transmit electricity, blue trick power, and I'll get into that in the future here, but for now, nickelite's a nice thing to get a hold of. So harvest in this blue dust called nickelite. Sweet. Both industrial craft and red power add electricity components to the game, but they both act very differently. They both have different functions and different machines that they power, but pretty much every mod nowadays has some kind of balancing component in the form of electricity or energy generation. Buildcraft has its own energy generation. Thaumcraft has something similar in the effect of Beast, but you know, not called electricity, so that's cool. So let me find my way out of this cave here. I need to go up somewhere. Hey, there's the base of my volcano, by the way. I can tell that basalt coming down there is the bottom of the volcano that I'm living in. So I'll be back in a minute. Oh my, I think I found a little mini dungeon while I was here looking at this cool stuff. A little bit lost on where I want to go to get out of here, but I think I've mostly found my way out. But this little mini dungeon here has me intrigued. These little mini dungeons are added by Thaumcraft. They don't usually have a mob spawner in them, and a great time for me to run out of coal is right now, but they do have a chest full of goodies. A bunch of, ooh, neat artifacts and stuff. Alright, there's monsters nearby. I'm out of torches. I'm going to leave those artifacts there, and I will find my way out of this nifty little cave that I've found myself in, and I'll be heading out of here just right about now. Yep, I know where I'm at now. I'll meet you guys upstairs. Here's the railway up to my house, or the little ladder area. There we go. Alright, be right back. And again, the purpose of that little excursion was mostly for redstone dust, and something to do while it's nighttime, even though I could sleep through the night. Let's see if I can make it into my house fast enough. I did eat before I came up here. There's a creeper and skeleton coming at me. Run for it! Haha. Nice. Alright, got myself some rubber. Good deal. Let's start building some machines. Now, I'm going to need at least, the first thing I'm going to need is a way to create industrial craft power. And for that, I'm going to need a noticeably large amount of iron. Good thing I found a bunch down there. Why don't I cook up some of that, and I'll be right back. And what I'm going to need to do with these iron ingots is cook them once more, and a cooked iron ingot becomes a piece of refined iron, which is the component for most or industrial craft machines. So refined iron, one of the components of industrial craft machinery. And while I'm waiting for that stuff to cook, I've decided to cook up some tin. And then how's my iron doing over here? Almost done. Got some refined iron that I'm also almost done with. I need to cook up some copper ore. That's also going to be a component of the stuff I'm going to use here in just a moment. So I'll cook up 2 sets of 8 of copper ore, 16 total. Alright, and the very first machine I'm going to build with my refined iron is a machine block. The building block of most industrial craft machines. This is pretty much where you're going to start most of your industrial career, building machine blocks. And I'll be right back. So far, I got 3 copper ingots, which is exactly enough to get myself some uninsulated copper wiring. Copper wiring is used to transfer energy, and it's also used in some recipes. You're going to want to bundle that copper wiring with some rubber, and that'll get you some copper cables. 1 piece of rubber for 1 piece of copper cabling. Perfect. And to go along with that, I've got those tin ingots that I told you guys about. 4 of those with 2 redstone up the middle and 1 copper cable on top gives you a neat little battery, a piece of energy storage for industrial craft. And if we combine our battery, our furnace, and our machine block, we'll get our first industrial craft item. A generator will generate power for me. How nice is that? I'm going to place the generator right there for now. I'll move it later perhaps. And one of the first items I'm going to go ahead and do after that is probably the macerator. One of the first things I like to do. Let's look up the recipe for the macerator by finding it in here. There it is, and hitting the R key. So I'm going to need another one of those machine blocks. Cool. An electronic circuit, which I haven't shown you guys yet, and just some cobblestone and some flint. So let me make sure I've got enough iron here cooked up. I'm going to need 9 more pieces of it. There we go. And our copper is cooking along. Perfect. How am I for flint? 2 of them, but I'm going to need a few more. So let's take care of that. There we go. Probably one of the last times I'll have to do something like that, but cool. I'll be back once I've got everything I need. While I'm waiting for a few things to cook up here, I'm going to cook myself up another batch of uninsulated copper wiring and go ahead and insulate it, because I'm going to need 6 more of these for what's called an electronic circuit. Now this item doesn't have much use on its own in the world, any at all, but you simply take a piece of refined iron and throw it in a crafting table like that, and you get yourself an electronic circuit. It's the component for a lot of machines. And how are we doing otherwise here, guys? Doing all right? Almost done with our refined iron, and I can make myself the first machine from industrial craft. Woot! Refined iron. Nice. Let's go ahead and craft up another machine block. And what's cool is if you hit the question mark here in NEI, it'll go ahead and show you a ghostly image of the crafting items you need, so it makes it real easy for you to remember what needs to be placed where. So some flint along the top here, and we've got our macerator. Double trouble is right. Macerators will double all the ores we get. Now the macerator I'm placing right next to the generator, so I don't need to run any cabling, and by placing coal in my generator, it'll start supplying power to my macerator. You can see the macerator has this little red lightning bolt symbol here, indicating that it's got all the energy it needs, and this internal capacitor on the generator is starting to build up. The first thing I'm going to throw in my macerator is iron ore. Sweet. And that thing's going to go ahead and grumble along and take care of stuff. Now, my config files, I have industrial craft sounds disabled, so you won't hear any sounds from the machines. These machines do make sounds if you have them enabled. I personally find them to be a little loud and not too great for YouTube filming. But, you know, if I wasn't filming for YouTube, they're actually pretty good. I do like the industrial craft sounds. And what the macerator is doing here is turning 1 piece of iron ore into 2 iron dusts. And iron dusts can be cooked in any kind of furnace to produce an iron ingot. So the basic end result here of the macerator is it doubles all your ores. It only works on ores. It won't work on things like diamond and redstone and nickelite, but it will work on any of the ores like iron, copper, and tin. And by grinding it up in your macerator here, you get yourself some awesome stuff. Sweet. So as you can see, I've got some iron dust here, and I'm going to go ahead and cook it up in the furnace, and it should give me some iron ingots, which is, you know, awesome. Let's get that going. Hooray! And I'll be turning those iron ingots into some awesome stuff in just a minute. I want to get myself an extractor next, which will increase the production of rubber from the resin that I was collecting a minute ago. Speaking of rubber, I might as well go outside while I'm waiting for all that stuff to cook and start retapping all my trees. Remember I said that most of these little rubber spots will regenerate, just don't overtap them, only click once. And thanks to the fact that I had another one in my inventory there, I was able to get one thanks to inventory tweaks. Thank you, inventory tweaks. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, got myself some more sticky resin. I'm going to need at least a couple more pieces of it. Well, you know what? Maybe I won't. Let's see, I'll avoid cooking that up. What I will cook up, on the other hand, though, is some iron ingots. So I'll throw these guys in here to get some refined iron. Nice. And might as well collect out of my macerator here some more iron dust and cook that up. So a nice supply of iron and other stuff coming in now. I'll be back in a minute once I've got the refined iron that I need to move forward. Alright, 8 pieces of refined iron down. We go ahead and make ourselves another machine. And this guy will get us going. The next component I need is just one more piece of refined iron to get myself another one of those circuits. You'll find electronic circuits are used in a lot of machines. And then finally, I need 4 of those tree taps. So a bit of wood, but more than worth it. There we go. I think it was something like this. I don't know. I'll figure it out in a moment here. Nope, backwards. There we go. Extractor. Nice. Super tree tap is right. The extractor will triple your resource gathering from sticky resin. But now I'm going to need some of that copper cabling. Remember I said because the macerator is sitting right next to the generator. Oh, it's out of power. You can see it already ran out of juice. I'm going to need some more coal to help power this guy along. Macerator requires quite a bit of energy. And I'll get into more about energy in the next episode, I'm sure. I'm about to wrap this one up. But basically, your machines can either accept or supply energy. The generators can supply energy, and they'll supply energy to anything touching them, but I don't want to start surrounding this guy with machines. I do want to be able to access them easily, so I'm going to lay down this copper wiring. And by running this copper wiring under the ground here, you'll note that it's connecting to the machines. Cool. And that's going to supply energy. Without the copper cable here, if I had placed down this extractor, it wouldn't have energy to run off of. And if I placed sticky resin inside, nothing would happen. But by supplying it with energy by connecting the copper cable, note that the little interface changed. It's now got some energy flowing into it. Now this generator is supplying enough energy for both the macerator and the extractor, but it doesn't have much left. There's not much energy not being used by that generator production, so we're going to need some better energy production in the future. But at least for now, we're able to extract our sticky resin. And as you can see, one piece of sticky resin in an extractor gets you 3 rubber instead of the 1 piece of rubber you got from smelting it in a furnace. Definitely a good investment to get your extractor early on. And this feels like a pretty good wrapping up point for episode 2. Made some good progress, built a 9x9 house, moved into it, and already got some industrial craft machines going. Next episode I'll probably do a little bit more with industrial craft. I always like starting with IC because basically it's a good way to collect and preserve resources. Your ingots and whatnot are better suited to be macerated into multiple dusts. So this is Direwolf20 signing off on Season 4, Episode 2. Hope you guys are enjoying the Let's Play series so far. I've got a lot more to come, so stay tuned. Take it easy, everybody.